All right, Brian, let's talk about small decision number 4 that seemed like a small decision, but ended up having a huge impact. And we said, for us, this was moving to Nashville.
Yeah, this one was, it was tough. There was several things. We had already been doing some research to thinking about, hey, we got to get into more fruitful area for Bo to spread his wings. And then also, I had some educational concerns.
Sure.
My youngest daughter it has some unique needs where she needed a special school. But then I had an older daughter who needed a great public school system so she could continue. So we started looking, and what do you know? We figured out that Nashville, or the Franklin area specifically, Williamson County, offered a lot of solutions, both economically for our family, really great things, but it was hard.
That's right.
Leaving what we knew. I'd lived 40 years in the same community. I knew a lot of people in the community. I had family in the area. I had a lot of friends, but we made that difficult decision, that small decision of moving to Nashville, and it's actually been great.
Yep. So we decided, you know what, let's give this a shot. So we did it. We loaded up the U-Haul. We moved up into Nashville. We set up here. And here's the side effect that we didn't realize was going to happen. Not only did it have those things, did it have the better school systems and the place where we could have fun lifestyle stuff, we were amazed at the people that it put us in proximity to. There are so many amazing creatives, so many talented folks in this area that just by being here, they became part of this organization. You guys all know Reby. Had we not moved to Nashville, there would not have been a Reby. And people like that infiltrating and influencing us was huge, and it allowed us to grow even larger than we ever thought possible, not recognizing that making that small decision for important reasons was going to have a huge, widespread impact on the firm long term.
So I'd ask you, let's transition this to what our listeners, what our viewers can do in their own life. And that's what, I love this. We share this all the time, is begin with the end in mind.
Huge.
Is that because if you're stuck in a situation, get outside of what struggles you have in the moment. Start thinking about, hey, where am I going 5 years, 10 years down the road? And I think if you will get outside of the moment and actually start thinking about where you actually want to be, it's going to let you open up and have alternatives, or even make bigger decisions that can have those ripple effects that maybe in the moment you're going to overlook because you're just not thinking big enough.
Yeah, I think, and you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to have the entire end figured out, but if you can at least have a vision of it, it will get you moving in the right direction. It will get you on the right trajectory. I remember very early on, Brian, your daughter was super, super young, and you said, but one of the things I'm worried about is she's going to grow up, she's going to go off to college, and she's not going to move back to this town that we live in now. She's not going to want to be here. What if I ended up in a place where maybe there's a chance, maybe there's the possibility that she goes off to college or does whatever, and she wants to come back. It's a community that she wants to be in. That was a very tangible example of beginning with the end in mind. If you can do that across the things that you face, across the decisions that you have, you'll be amazed at how much more intelligent and well thought out your decisions become, and how often you don't get off track. You don't start chasing something that is not aligned with your ultimate long-term goals.
Another thing I think our audience can do is don't let fear prevent the change. One of the things I talk about, the hedonic treadmill is one of those things we talk about when we're consumption, especially when you have good things happening. You're supposed to, like if you have money come your way, you're supposed to spread out all the good decisions.
Sure.
Like when you upgrade your housing, when you upgrade your car.
Don't do it all at
Spread
once.
those things out so you get to enjoy the emotional ride of those dopamine hits and the other things that happen. But however, when you're facing difficult times, when bad things are going on, the opposite of this is with the hedonic treadmill, because we all will rise to our base level of happiness rather quickly, pile on those those hard decisions so you can get through this bad moment in time as fast as possible. Don't let fear keep you from making those hard decisions, because this is something that I see people do all the time, is that you're just scared to break the eggs or make those hard decisions. And I'm going to screw this up, but fortune really does favor the brave. So I want you to kind of lean into that discomfort, figure out what big decisions you need to make, and then go attack it and actually get to your happiness or your great, big, beautiful tomorrow that much quicker.
And I think if you can do this, what I have found, Brian, in my experience, is folks who do this are not the folks that end up with regrets. I mean, how many times you have a conversation, someone says, oh, I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have started that business. I wish I would have moved. I wish I would have. If you can allow yourself to push through the fear of the short-term discomfort, make the decision, make the change, move forward, there's a higher probability you will not have regrets in the future wondering, what if? I wish I would have. What could I have done?